that's enough talk about music that tells stories. Let's take a big step now toward finding out the answer to our first question, what does music mean? By listening to some music that doesn't try to tell a story, but only tries to paint a picture in a general sort of way, or to describe an atmosphere, the look of something, the feel of something, like a night in the woods, or an old haunted house, or a sunrise. Now we're getting closer to real musical meaning, because we don't have a story to worry about while we're listening. You see, all we have to think about is the general idea, and that's easier, so we can concentrate more on the music and enjoy it more. Now, for instance, take Beethoven's Sixth Symphony. Here's a wonderful piece full of charming tunes and marvelous rhythms, driving, peaceful, happy, all kinds of things. But in Beethoven's mind, this symphony was somehow tied up with the idea of the countryside. Farmers, brooks, shepherds, birds. And so he called it the Pastoral Symphony. As you know, pastoral means anything to do with the country. At the beginning of the first movement, he wrote the words, "Awakening of cheerful feelings on arriving in the country." And the music goes like this. Sounds happy, cheerful, pretty, all right. But these feelings, after all, could be happy for any other reason, too. Supposing Beethoven had written the words, "Happy feelings because my uncle left me $1 million," or "Happy feelings because my bellyache went away." He could still have written this happy music, and it would have been just as good and just as happy. Well, now let's try something. Let's change the title of this piece and call it "Happy Feelings Because My Bellyache Went Away," let's say. And let's listen to it with that in mind and see if it sounds any different. Still the same happy music, whether it's about your bellyache or a trip to the country. Now, the second movement, Beethoven calls "By the Brook." And in this movement, he is trying to describe or imitate or suggest the motion of water in the brook. But supposing we call this "Asleep in a Hammock," and that this motion we're describing gently rocking back and forth in a hammock instead of the water. Let's see how the music would sound then. see, it doesn't change a thing, does it? Whether it's about water or swinging in a hammock, it's the same lovely music.